See a glint of gold. Yeah, you know, my time's finally come.
Are you lying?
No, I'm not lying. Look.
What have you found?
Look.
He has as well.
I see something, it's coming up on the horizon. Oh, let me clear my head and get rid of the distractions. Oh, I was down when I saw you in the clouds. I've been days filled with doubt. I was drifting in and out, levitate, fade away. I had left both time and space, but you just caught my eye. Hey, nah, nah,
I love Garrett machines. I've always had Garrett machines.
I mean, it's an easy way. You've got a copy. You also have these listed. And Kaylee, I'm sure you know about the tail on it is, well, it's the 18 Pro. That's good. That's really good. Yeah, and I think Dave and Luke done very well on that.
So you can see which has come up on his van.
Oh, evening, David.
I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know when we were
get drawn in watching that and forget that
I was
we were in the
sharing
show.
stuff. I was sharing.
Yeah.
Luke, play the other video before we start, please. Play the other video. Yes.
Tonight, got people on talking about stuff and that and things. So just watch. Yeah, well, it's a crap show. So thanks to the person who said that.
No, he didn't say it was crap. That is, we told you last week. We've got nice new things coming and changing things around. One was me attempting unsuccessfully to create a background instead of a green screen, and Adrian then going and doing a fucking green screen anyway. So he's showing brighter.
I got confused. I was going to go. I haven't got anything to show. Well, apart from
not about your badger pens.
That's it.
Badger pride.
Yeah, badger pride. Yeah. 4 members in the UK. I'm one. We
did. Can I join?
No.
Do they have trans badgers?
We're working on that. Not me. I'm not. I'm behind it. So yeah.
I don't know. It's all falling apart already, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, we promised there were going to be some changes, and there are. We are now rechristened the incredibly bad metal detecting show. We'll come to that momentarily. I don't even know what I'm on about anymore.
You were talking to me about proportional representation voting system off air, but I don't think we'll talk about that tonight. We're going to
no. If you want to give mention to it, obviously you can.
I think it's 40 different types, but we'll talk about that later tomorrow morning. Okay. I'll give you a call about 6. But
yeah, I'll be in work for 4 anyway, so no problem.
You're in work at 4.
I'm going to work at 4, so I'll be in about 5:15.
Blimey, Dave.
It's Thursday. It's 8 o'clock, and it's the big detecting show. And for those of you who don't know, we were highlighted last week by Mr. Paul Barford.
Who, Dave?
Paul Barford, who has a website which likes to assassinate metal detectorists and such like. And he's we've invited him onto the show. I was very polite and nice to him, and he said it was originally about Jason Massey and an episode in which Jason Massey appeared, sadly. And Mr. Barford took attack at us and said we were an incredibly bad metal detecting show with a bobble-hatted wearing presenter, and he didn't understand what was going on. So I've invited him onto the show so we can. Luke, Tom Trussell says you're not on YouTube, just sound. Is anybody else having that problem on YouTube? Can you see and hear us?
Well,
Just
it's
getting
on the
answered
Book of
that.
Faces, okay, I think.
Yeah.
Mark Lawson's watching.
Mark is, yeah. So yeah, we've had a peculiar all week. You've been metal detecting and nearly got one of your machines ploughed.
Yeah, won't say what one, but forgot I left it there, and the farmer nearly ploughed over it. Got to pick it up, but yeah, simple mistake. Took 3 machines out, and one.
You should have communicated with one of the local badgers pick it up for you.
They're a bit strange near me. I can't quite talk to them yet, but I will be able to soon. But yeah, I hope to get that detector back. But yeah, I left it in the field and drove home like you do. But no, it's I'm looking at going out this week.
What's going on there? Cat playing with cat toy?
No.
Or lovely Mrs. Gaylor shaking her maracas?
No, she's coming home from work soon. NHS worker. She'll be on her way soon. She's been working. No, it's my phone. I turn it on silent. Cat shaker. Yeah, cat shaker. But anyway, what's all tonight about?
Well, as we, do you know what? What an appalling background I've got. I do apologise. It won't happen again. Things will be fixed. I'm off next week. We are shaking things up a little bit. We have multiple guests. Is what we wanted to do, Adrian. We spoke about it, myself and Luke, during the Detectival weekend, and we found that the stage version of the show was very successful, where we were pinging multiple people in. So semi-regularly or maybe regularly, we're going to be having a multi-person format show. So tonight we're going to be speaking to Mark Becker, catch up about Detectival, give us his report. We're also going to be speaking later on this evening to Gary Cook, who unfortunately is at a meeting until later on. I gave him an idea yesterday, and I'm hoping he goes with it because it's pretty cool. Because I want to join in. If he does, we may learn more later. We're also going to be speaking to 2 people who attended Detectival as well, Gareth Millwood and Laura Wells. So without further ado, I think, is there any more parish notices before we go over? No. There's a bit of a rant on social media about certain things, but we won't go there. Yeah. For anybody who hasn't, who has emailed me, I do have 215 emails to respond to, so please, I'll be off next week. I'll get there.
Probably.
So, Luke, hopefully we have Mr. Mark Becker waiting for us.
Oh, it's nice.
There he is. Yes. I'm waiting for a dog to run past. Oh, it's a ghost. It's a ghost. Nice blinds.
You might have wind. Listen. Mark.
Love you, Mark.
It's now we see him walk across the room in his pants, scratching his bottom. Oh,
there she is.
Oh, nice hair.
Thank you. I had to shave it all off. I was having a fag. I was having a quick cigarette. It is a nice t-shirt, isn't it? Thank you, Mind Lab, for creating these.
How are you, young man?
Oh, man. Oh, I'm okay. How are you?
I'm still tired from Detectival.
I think I've recovered now.
I don't think I have.
Yeah,
What a great event it was.
it was, the atmosphere was wonderful. It was absolutely brilliant. So yeah, really happy with. Oh, there you both are. I can see you both now. It was just me then. I was thinking, ugh. Now I can just go,
Bit pixelated, Mark. Are you on your laptop?
I am on my laptop. Yeah.
Have you got some other tabs open? Is Karen out?
Yeah, Karen's gone out. She's left me alone.
Are you streaming any movies or anything? Just close those.
No, Pornhub. I just closed that, man. So
oh,
hang
good.
on.
Yeah,
You told me you used RedTube, not Pornhub.
Right.
No, RedTube's old hat, man.
So, Mark,
right,
it was
everything. Is that any better?
We'll say yes, but we'll be lying. A little bit.
All right, okay. Let me close my email and things as well, and Messenger and all of that malarkey. Where are you gone? Is that any better? Or is it just like crapped interweb?
Oh, don't worry. It's just crap into you. Your face appears every now and again anyway.
Oh, good. Fantastic. Excellent.
Adrian, you were saying?
I was saying that Detectival, everyone had a laugh, and it was very well organised as in the layout of everything this year. It's a bit closer. You brought it a bit more in, didn't you?
I've been bollocked for years about having too much space between stuff. So when we had the meeting with the estate, it was that place was selected for that general purpose of bringing everything closer together. Not only bringing the world of metal detecting together, but bringing everybody that little bit closer together. Yeah. Although quite a few of the traders stole more space than they should have done. So
really?
It all worked out fine. Yeah. Everybody was like, "Oh, I've just stolen an extra." Will you guys stop fighting, please? Everybody was like, "I've just stolen it." Yeah, the dogs. They're look.
Did I steal any space?
Bloody little buggers.
Get
having a fight. Rats. They're all at it now. They're all beating the shit out of each other. Look.
Badgers.
They're all having a ruck. But anyway, yeah.
You've probably not seen that.
Oh, I love badgers. I do love badgers, apart from when I run them over.
Oh, dear. So, was there anything that didn't go to plan at Detectival that we don't know about? Secret things? Like,
there was a couple of little... Like,
you went to the toilet and there was no paper or something like that?
No, I was quite successful on that front. There was always toilet paper when I needed it, thank God. Hang on a minute. Dogs, will you stop bloody fighting? Why do you do this now? I'll put you all in the kitchen. You can all off. No, everything went quite well, actually. There was a few little hiccups, as there always is. Couple of little ruckuses here and there when people got too pissed. But, you know, otherwise, it all went very, very well.
Cool. And going forward, Mine Lab, obviously, were they pleased with it?
I believe so. I had a chat with them before they left. They seemed quite pleased with everything. Obviously, we didn't have all the international visitors this year because of COVID-smovid, but, you know, so it was a little quieter for them and us, but it was still an absolutely fantastic atmosphere. Beautiful location. Fines were unfortunately a little bit sparse. Ground was a little bit mineralised, so some of the less experienced detectorists didn't have such a good time. But not in the fields anyway. So hopefully the evening entertainment and all the traders and the stall holders all made up for it.
Is that the dogs or you?
That's not me. Otherwise, I'd be a bloody good ventriloquist, wouldn't I? I can talk and growl at the same time.
So there's all ahead going to plan for Spring Detectival so far?
It's, I had a meeting today, funnily enough, with one of our estates that we work with has just bought another estate, and they suggested that maybe it's fine when you're a billionaire. So they bought another estate which consists of about 650 acres, and they're not moving into it until later in the year because they're refurbishing the whole place and turning it into their little sort of like palace, if you like. So it was suggested that maybe we'd like to go and dig it up before they move in. So I went up and had a look at it today. It is absolutely stunning. It's wow.
I saw that one picture you took in from, it looks like on the top of what forms into a valley, and it's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, well, that field apparently is called the Battlefield, and it's 1 mile long.
Ooh.
And it's right next to a very, very interesting path or trackway that, yeah, can't say too much because I'll give the game away.
Yeah. So roughly how many minutes walk is it from field? No. So what month are we probably looking at? April, May?
I think it's going to be April, and the dates that we've thrown out there to them, which they seem interested in. I'm just waiting for confirmation on it at the moment. Oh, hang on, I've just got to have a look because it's. I think it's the 9th and 10th of April, which I believe is the second weekend of April next year. Yeah, no, sorry, the 8th and the 9th. 8th and the 9th of April next year. And as soon as I get the all clear from them, I will stick out some more information in the approximate sort of like all the area location anyway.
And there'll probably be more traders and manufacturers next year, hopefully.
Yeah, well, it's the spring detectivals aren't quite as intense as the September ones. The September ones are the full-on kind of thing, but we've got a new location for that as well. Again, just waiting for the contracts and agreements all to be signed and sorted. And as soon as we have them in place, again, I will tell people more about that location, which is out Cambridgeshire way.
Ooh, that's better for me.
Probably driving distance from your house, I would have thought, because I'll tell you about it at some point, but not live on air.
Maybe I could go on an electric scooter there rather than the car.
You probably could. If they weren't illegal, you'd be fine.
Yeah, well, how much money did you raise in total, those who don't know, for charity?
Just under 11 grand, I think, for designability.
Yeah, who we saw at
this. 10,481 quid or something silly like that. Because they had their little buckets out, and a few people were quite generous as well. I think we done just over 10,000. They got a couple of £100 out of people in change and whatnot over the weekend as well. So yeah, they were really pleased with the result, and hopefully it will do some good and help them out, help some people. So yeah, all good.
Really good charity.
I'm going to share the screen. I've got some images that Karen sent over to me yesterday to have a look at, if I remember where they are. Luke, if you could share the screen, please.
You share the screen. I'm just going to get rid of these dogs a minute, because otherwise they're just going to be fighting and it's going to just be ridiculously crazy. Right, one sec. Right, you lot in the fucking kitchen. Get it, kitchen.
Can't say fuck or bugger.
Are they male and female? Or...
Oh.
Luke, could you share the screen if you will? If you can, if you're able. Well, I'm waiting to share. Anyway, there's some images and what have you. One of them was of a child in one of the designability scooters. Designability were the chosen charity for the event.
Was it the child?
Amari. Amari was the motivation for that, because it was Karen's friend Lisa, who does all the check-in tent. You obviously know Lisa. Everybody knows Lisa from the check-in and that. She's lovely, and she suggested that we support this charity. No, that's not Amari, I don't think. But Amari, anyway, was the motivation for it, because it's one of Lisa's friends. And I said to her, it's about time she stepped up and made a suggestion. And she suggested designability. I got in touch with them, and they were really, really interested and really proactive as well at the event. Probably one of the best charities I think that we've ever had at the event. They came along, they brought along the Whizzy Bug, which you see there, and spoke to people, got up on stage. They were absolutely brilliant. I'm really glad that we actually chose them. So thanks, Lisa, for suggesting.
I actually tried to get Scotty B in the Whizzy Bug at one point.
I would have loved to have seen him in it. Several people suggested it because he's so bloody small.
I think he's already got one.
So just have a look through some of the images. You can see masses of land that were at the event. Absolutely. How many acres were there, Mark, for?
Just over 800 in total, I think they were.
And I'm just flicking through randomly because I've downloaded them and I didn't have time to number them. So just some of the coins and such like that were found as well. And obviously you had 2 days of raffles as well. Saturday and Sunday. You had 30 prizes for each raffle. Am I right?
Yeah, that's about right. I wish Karen was here because she could confirm that, but she's buggered off out. But thanks to the generosity of our sponsors, Mine Lab, all of the manufacturers like Rutus and Garrett, Nocta Macro, and then of course LP, Regtons, Crawfords, everybody that was there, they all donate prizes so we can raise money for the charity through the raffle. So I think we did a really good job thanks to all of those guys and their support.
And this image, just while we're looking at it, you'll see for the viewers, it says Garrett, it says #Detectival, and #unknown. And this is a screenshot from the Just Detect app, which people are uploading the fines to.
Yeah, we were trying to encourage people to obviously record fines on the Just Detect app, and obviously with the Portable Antiquities scheme, who were in the fines recording tent as well. I know they recorded about 150 fines on the Saturday, and I think they said there was probably about 200 odd on the Sunday, but obviously there were some people that recorded stuff from the Saturday on the Sunday. And if anybody else found anything that they haven't yet recorded, take it to your local FLO and get it up on the Just Detect app for us. Sign up and get it up there.
I've actually got some blurb here off Karen, Mark, that she sent me last night when you went to the pub.
Yeah.
She says, a big thank you to our title sponsor, Mind Lab, and thank you to our Detectival team. From the unseen admin who answer an endless flood of emails to the gate staff greeting you, field marshals, the main arena marshals, security, first aiders, and all the other vital and critical team members we're lucky enough to have with us time and time again. It's these guys and girls, along with the admin teams, who are truly amazing.
That's about right. We couldn't do it without them.
Thank you to the traders, food vendors, and everyone else who are giving their time, effort, and help to ensure Detectival is a happy, safe, and friendly place for all of those who come along. Another thank you goes to our attendees, and especially those of you who have taken the time to email your thanks and kind comments about the team and the event. We greatly appreciate your kind words. Please remember, if you have made any fines to record, if you made any fines to record them on the Just Detect app, which is now available on iOS and Android. Use #Detectival on the event drop-down option when recording your Detectival fines. Also, please make sure you record the fines with your PAS via your local FLO. Lastly, a huge thank you to all of you for your ongoing support, helping us to raise funds for charity. It's great to see all of you again after the pandemic. We are so pleased to announce that the raffle money raised for the designability at the Spring September Detectival 2021 was £10,481. Thank you for all attending the event and making this possible. Since Detectival has started, there has been an incredible amount of money raised for various charities, totaling over 71,000. Well done to all of you, Mark. A massive thank you to all the attendees for attending, giving generously and supporting our events. Photographs that you're seeing are courtesy of James Farley and Julian Evan Hart.
Who?
And it's just some bloke, baldy fella, wears like, flowery shirts and such like, and a
pink
Australian hat.
Crocodile Dundee hat, mate.
And this is the main stage. This is where Adrian and I were, I don't know if to say unlucky or fortunate enough to be able to do the show from on Saturday. And I think we did it on Sunday, but that's very, very vague.
Yeah, we were a bit, we didn't know we were going.
Pineapple rum.
Pineapple rum.
Yeah.
See this area here, Mark? I just want to note this. So see the area where you've got, can you see my arrow?
Yep.
Right. So my arrow was about. So this whole area here that people were digging. I went over doing, there I am actually doing some videoing. And there were people getting loads of targets in this area, but nothing coming up at all. And later on, I borrowed Scotty B's Equinox. I said, can I have a go at that? Just have a play for half an hour. Well, I had to extend it to massive and I give it him back as massive as well. And I walked to this area around the back of the Mind Lab stage from the marquee where we were at, and found out exactly why people were getting all the interference in this area. The two generators that were powering the stage were just meters away. Nobody realised. There you go. So there's some images. There are a few other images on there, but
On Just
one in
Detect.
particular. We'll come to that in a little while. And obviously, if you do want to see any more finds yourself, download the Just Detect app, and in the little searchy thing. Talking of which, I need to message Scott. In the little round circly thing, press on that, and you will be able to hashtag Detectival, and you will find all the finds that have been recorded on there so far.
And more importantly, Mark, well done on the food. There was ample. I got there early in the morning to wake up Dave predominantly, but you could get a bacon roll, and there was like only ever 2 or 3 people in the queue. It was good. There was a lot of food stalls, which is very important for people like Dave.
Yeah,
well, to be honest, people brought me cake. It was all right.
Yeah, and the bar, there was never a massive queue. I couldn't quite get my head around it. There was like 800 people there, and in my local pub, there's a bigger queue than there was at Detectival, and there's like 80 people. So
given the Mind Lab, we're giving them, well, buying people 3 pints more or less. Everyone 3 pints on Saturday night. They didn't go dry, and you were always able to get the bar. There wasn't a problem.
The travelling pub company that we've been fortunate enough to work with since Detectival started, Scott and Tally, are absolutely fantastic, and they very rarely run out. Apart from when the French are there, they tend to drink more apparently.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. The French drink more than the English. Scotty always says to me, he says, "Are the French coming? They're his best customers."
Well,
it's a lot of their holiday, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
For us, it's a weekend away. For them, it's a holiday.
Yeah, that's true. They need a week.
And a bloody good piss up.
We need to bear that in mind, Dave, for the next one. I'll drink the French under the table. We'll try it.
Well, I've actually got a potential event in mind that I'd like Mark to consider doing something with.
Go on.
You know all of no. We'll speak off air. Adrian knows all about it. I've spoken to it.
Yeah.
So I just want to obviously speak to you and see if you can do anything with it. I'm quite excited about the idea, to be honest, but I'm sure you'll be able to slap me down. Yeah,
it's not naked detecting, is it?
I was going to. That's what popped into my head when you did that. It's going to be naked
something else.
Something,
we were talking about it, Dave, and I think people in the chat and people who've been to Detectival, you'd sell out overnight tickets, I reckon.
I don't think it would be something as big as Detectival.
I think it could be. I think it could be.
Look at Mark now. He's like, what can it be?
What can it be? You have to convince Karen as well, though.
I think Karen would probably appreciate the concept.
Yeah.
Okay, fill me in off air, and we'll see what we can do.
Of course, I will. Well, listen, we've got one of the attendees of the event, Gareth Millwood, in the background. He's going to come on in a moment. Gareth found a bit of a great discovery. Well, I think it was probably find of the weekend, wasn't it, or finds of the weekend?
What did he find? Remind me. Was that the Sovereigns?
Yes, that's the one.
Sorry.
A crotal bell, just a bit of it.
Crotal bell, yeah. A sword hanger, a button, one of the golden buttons, yeah.
He found an empty bottle of pineapple rum. I'm glad to say, Mark, as well, that your camera's improved as well. Your pixelation's gone now.
Yeah,
brilliant, fantastic. That makes me happy.
Now we can see how perdy you really are. And you're having a new tattoo as well.
Yeah. I just felt that urge, when life does things to you, just get another tattoo.
That's why I should really.
Is it gonna? What is it? Is it?
I'm getting a 3-dimensional geometric pattern on my chest and all the way across my chest and down my front.
Of like muscles and
15
stuff. So you've got to have
15 or 20 hours. Huh? I've got to get a 6-pack first. I've got a 1-pack at the moment.
I've got a couple of barrels.
Luke,
do we have Gareth available in the background? Oh, there he is.
Hey up, how you doing?
Hi,
how are you, Gareth?
I'm very well, thank you. Good to see you. All 3 of you.
We actually got to see her a couple of weeks ago at Detectival as well, and I actually took great joy in being able to go to Julian and Dan. Ha ha! I saw it's fine before you. How was Detectival for you, Gareth?
Do you know what? I actually really enjoyed it. The whole weekend was just brilliant. Like, you know, spending time with my friends and camping. You know, drinking coffee in the morning, frying bacon. It was just a great weekend, and the detecting was just a bonus.
We had good weather, which a lot of people.
Whoa! Let's go back a bit. You enjoyed drinking coffee in the morning, did you not?
And a few beers at night as well, yeah, and a bit of dancing.
Right, lad.
Yeah, it was mint.
So obviously, we'll talk about your find and how you found it, and there's a little story behind it as well with one of the with a well-known YouTuber as well.
Yeah, I know.
But otherwise than that, over the weekend, did you find anything else?
On the cultivated fields and the Roman fields and this, that, and the other, I probably spent 4 hours and, you know, found a few buttons, a little crusty coin, and not a great deal. But then I accidentally stumbled across a pasture field, which is my cup of tea. So from that moment on till the end of Sunday, I was on that pasture field. And I think I walked away with about 15 quid and 2 sovereigns. So it was all right.
So tell us about the sovereigns. I've got an image of them. In fact, Luke I might have it up on YouTube, but if he hasn't, I do have a picture of it. But tell us about the find and how it came about from the start, because you were, as I mentioned, well, you can tell us all about the
yeah. It was just like a weird chain of events. So on the Sunday morning when we started, I bumped into Bondi Treasure Hunter, and I asked him to do a little intro of day 2 for my YouTube video, and he did it for me. And he was like, "You're gonna find gold today, aren't you?" And I was like, "Well, I'll be happy with, you know, a silver ring or something on here." And we had a joke and a bit of banter about it, and off we trotted. We sort of separated and parted ways, and then a few hours later, I heard a rumor someone had found a sovereign on the field that I'd been detecting. So off I trotted, found this guy, and he showed it to me, and I was like, "No way, you jammy kid, found a sovereign on there." So I had to go with my machine over the sovereign, and it was like a nice sort of low 80s number. So off I went. Half an hour later, I got a low 80s number, and I was like, "Nah, surely not." Opened it up, and there it is, a sovereign just looking up at me. And then obviously everyone came crowding round, and then after we got it out, everyone started walking away, and I was like, "Oh my God, there's another signal!" And then everyone came running back again. It was just really crazy. And Bondi was there as well, because he was close by and heard it all and came running over. So yeah, it was just mental, really mental 10 minutes.
And it must have been an hour or so before you got back to us in the marquee, and you were still shaking at that point.
It was a good couple of hours later, I think, when I got to you lot to sort of, just mention it to a few people. But yeah, it was like, if I'd found them on Saturday, then I'd have took them to the tent and, put them on display or whatever. But I was meant to be leaving at lunchtime on Sunday, and I found them at like, I don't know, about 1:30 or something. And so I'm glad I stayed, really. But
what machine were you using?
XPORX. That's my go-to machine. Has been for about 2.5 years now, something like that. But I'm pretty certain most machines would have found those.
Yeah, how deep were they? Sorry.
They were about 6 inch, I'd say. Just standard depth of that kind of era of coin on pasture, I guess.
Yeah, they're good condition, aren't they?
Yeah, they're almost perfect. Couldn't ask for better condition, but they always are. Gold coins are always in good condition because they don't get chucked around like pennies and.
Am I right in saying that you actually thought you struck one with your shovel, and that was the only blemish on it?
I know that I struck both of them, but really, really tiny. So one on the edge, you have to look really close to see it. It'll fade away eventually, and then the other one, just a tiny scratch on his neck on George V. That's my big downer of the whole weekend. But
Luke,
I'm sure
Luke, are you able to share the screen, please, young man? Sorry, Hurricane. No, sorry, Ace. Are you able to share the screen, please, young man? Come on, Ace. There it is.
Ooh.
There you go. What year were they from?
They were both 1911.
Fantastic.
I think I heard of about 5 sovereigns coming down from there where that windsock was.
Really? So
Yeah.
two more found then.
Yeah.
Wow, I should have stayed.
You should have stayed. Although I think one of them was definitely found before you found your 2. I'm not sure about the other one that you saw. But I think in total I heard about 5 that came from down near there.
The one that I saw was found about 45 minutes before the 2 that I found. But he found his and buggered off. Left the others for me, so.
Can I just point out that
I spoke to him on Facebook actually. Sorry,
Gareth's dog curtains are still a better background than me tonight.
Yeah,
they're not dog curtains, they're zebras.
I was going to say they're not dogs.
They look like
dogs.
Look like sausage zebras.
Sausage dogs.
They're like
they're zebras. Yeah, they're zebras.
Right, hold on. Right.
Are you still living with your mum and dad?
No.
I think actually dog curtains would be better than why zebra curtains?
They're really cool. I don't know what's wrong with them.
No, honestly,
I enjoy them.
I like the curtains, Gareth, man. I think they're cool, bro.
Unless you get the little one, get them down, get the little one to colour some of the stripes with luminous stuff. So when you turn the lights out, they'll glow in the dark. That'd be pretty cool. Better.
Stars stick on the ceiling.
Ooh, diamantes. Put some diamantes throughout it, or sequins.
I'll probably just leave them as they are.
So, Gareth, have you put the coins in a ring for your finger?
Nah.
Oh, what other ring would you have?
I don't do rings.
What we do. Nice big sovereign ring. That'd be lovely. Women love it.
They are currently here. You probably won't be able to see them, but they are in there.
Watch them all fall out now.
There's one.
Up a bit.
There's one there. And the other one is there.
Nice.
It needs sorting out, but that's where they will live until I drop dead or they get nicked.
You see, if I went round Gareth's house now, I'd be changing all them coins around so he'd be all mixed up and confused.
Swapping the curtains as well.
Yeah, stealing the curtains.
Well, Gareth, it's been a pleasure speaking to you tonight. Obviously, we'll continue speaking to you in the future.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
And before you go, any other thoughts on Detectival?
Yeah, the camping situation was the only thing that I didn't like, where you got made to camp with people you don't want to camp with, i.e. 15 foreign people who were up till 3 a.m. making all sorts of racket. I want to camp on my own away from everybody. Like I did at Rodney Cook's, that was perfect.
To be fair, my house is like that anyway, so apart from the foreign people keep me up till 3 o'clock, next door neighbour drunk shouting.
Yeah.
But yeah, everything else was absolutely mint. I loved it.
Wicked.
Fantastic.
Try and do your own camping spot next time, Gareth.
We'll call it the Sovereign Divide or something like that, shall we?
Yeah. Gold camp.
Again, thanks for coming on there, Gareth. Pleasure speaking to you again. And we'll definitely see you in the future, no doubt.
Yeah, it's been really good, mate. Thanks for inviting me again.
Take care, mate. Ta-ra,
See you later.
Cheers,
bye.
2 sovereigns, eh?
Jammy kit.
I know,
and 15 people in a tent next door.
Oh, don't we had a few people comment on the parties that a few people were having. So maybe moving forward, we will have a sort of like a family area, and then maybe if you want to make a crap load of noise, you can go over there. If you want
you'll have a family area and you'll have a Scotty B area.
Well, Detectival's becoming sort of like a real family affair now, and people come along and they catch up with their dads and their sisters and their wives, and they bring their wives and their mums and their kids and all sorts. So
you didn't appreciate me, Scotty BGS, then, did you?
no, went over my head.
Thanks, mate.
I must admit, there were a lot of husband and wives or partners, especially carrying spades for their other half. I noticed quite a lot of them. And I thought it was quite interesting. But there were a lot more kids there, weren't there? And
loads.
A lot of dogs, and we had a proper dog loving in the marquee. Not like that.
I was going to say, I caught you flashing your lights in that lay-by on Saturday night, Dave. I don't know what that was all about.
No, actually, there is a story about flashing lights or a light on a Saturday night, and that was all very peculiar. Very peculiar.
What, Detectival?
Yeah. I walked to the main gate, didn't I, at Detectival? And there was a light, and it was weird.
Was that after you did? Is that after you drunk like a litre of?
No, sorry. It was pineapple rum. It was on Friday, not Saturday, that the lights occurred. Saturday, I was inebriated somewhat. In fact,
I was going to say, I can't even imagine you walking that far on Saturday.
Apparently, I was in some form of rave and doing big fish, little fish, and such like.
Yeah, tramadol dance.
Trying to get Mark dancing, but Mark was being all sort of like grumpy.
It's the stress, man. You have no idea how stressed I get at Detectival.
No,
just like, oh man.
Yeah, I can understand it.
Mate,
but no,
you were stressed at the Spring Detectival in June, and that was far more easy going.
Oh man, it was just that was all it's all the uncertainty around COVID that was, and then it was just like, oh man, the overwhelming stress that just hits you, and it's just like, oh man, fuck this shit. I want to crawl under a rock. Sorry, stuff this. I want to crawl under a rock. I am Bru. Yeah.
Rubbish drink.
So I think we should have another guest coming on around about now. Luke, if she's available, could you bring her on screen? If not, as soon as she's available, just bring her on, and we will speak to Laura Wells, who's not here yet. Do you know what? I'm gonna.
She's in the chat. Laura's in the chat. She's probably thinking, "Oh,
hello." She's just trying some light because it looks like I've got a bloody. It's better. I look like I had a bloody red face.
You have got a red face.
Have I?
Yeah.
Diabetes.
What did you have for tea, Mark?
What, this evening?
Yeah.
Caribbean style jerk chicken, man.
Ari.
What
did you have, Adrian?
Sorry?
What did you have?
Beans.
On what?
Just out as they come, cold.
In a tin?
No, on toast.
Yeah,
white
man,
bread.
that's what I thought. Yeah. White. I was going to say white or brown. Yeah.
Very underrated meal. Very underrated.
I love beans on toast, man. Skinheads on a raft.
Yeah, that's it. And there's other ones you can say. And for lunch, I had like kebab, badger kebab from Roadkill. That was
a kabaja.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you could call it that, kabaja. I eat a lot of badger. I'm very close to badgers, as you know. So
yeah, you got a thing about badgers, haven't you?
Yeah. Oh, flies.
And flies.
Do you know what I have to say?
Cake.
3 pieces of cheesy garlic bread with onions. A Tony burger, which is a beef burger and a chicken burger with onions and tomatoes. And I had tomato relish for a change. And then I had chips, but the chips had donut and sweet corn relish on as well. So I had a bit of a takeaway.
You didn't cook that?
No. Takeaway.
No, I had salad for tea. Anyway, where's Laura?
Well, Laura says she has clicked on the link, and Laura is backstage, so she should be coming any minute. Marcus Reed said September Detectival was brilliant. Fines were scarce for him personally, but the entertainment and meeting so many cool people made it worth the money alone. Looking forward to spring 22. Can we bring Laura on? Oh, there she is.
Hello.
How are we, Laura?
I'm good.
Laura, for those of you who don't know you, can you briefly introduce yourself? Because if I do it, I'm going to say something wrong, won't I?
We got to keep it. We got to keep it. But basically, I'm just a metal detectorist that I'm on Facebook and YouTube. Not YouTube, Instagram. I go out every weekend. I've got a lot of clubs in my Midlands region, so yeah.
And you detect very often with your father as well.
Yes, yeah. So me and my dad go out
very
together.
well-known person in the hobby, Mr. John Wells.
Yes, he is.
Was all that cool?
Yeah, I think we're okay.
What did your dad used to do, Laura? What
do you mean?
He used to do some temping bowling and a bit of gardening and stuff.
I thought
maybe.
it was carp fishing. No,
yeah,
he
used to do something, but not anymore. We just go metal detecting now.
Are you in the box room?
I'm in my office, but when I'm at work, when I'm at work, I have a background on, but I can't get the background on. So yeah, there's loads of boxes. I've moved in like 12 months ago.
Yeah, you don't get enough. Yeah. You don't move anything, do you? I remember it took me about 2 years. You still have that box that you rest things on, and then after a couple of years, you think, "What's in the box?" And you open it up, and it's a load of, I don't know, cheese or something. No, and when you move, you leave boxes around for years. I did anyway. So,
we've been in this house about 4 years now, and we've still got stuff in boxes.
Yeah, that's metal detectors, though, isn't it? There's prizes and pinpointers.
No,
So.
it's just stuff that was shoved in places. We'll sort that out later, and it's still there 4 years later.
I've got a metal detector still in the box, Adrian. I haven't opened it yet.
Is it the one from China?
From Ukraine via China.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Laura, how many years have you been detecting then? I take it you were out very young with your dad.
Yeah, so the story goes that my dad used to take me out on a Sunday because my mum wanted to watch the Brookside omnibus.
I used to watch that.
So did I.
So
when it was good.
But then my dad took me out, and then I got hooked. So both of my brothers have been detecting with my dad, but they've kind of like dropped off. My brother still does it. One of the brothers still do it on the beach down south. The other one when he lived in Dubai. But yeah, I'm the only one that's kept it going.
Sorry, butting in, Laura.
Go on.
You can detect in Dubai.
Yes. If you're finding people's lost things, basically, it has to be a recovery service.
Right, because I went out there and I wanted to detect, because people out there are very wealthy. So rather than like over here finding a Timex watch, you're going to find a Rolex watch. So that's really interesting. So he detects in Dubai.
There is actually there's a metal detecting shop in Dubai, but it's for gold, isn't it, over there?
Yeah.
Prospecting.
Oh, wow. And your other brother down south, whereabouts roughly down south?
Like Bristol way, but.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, interesting.
But now I'm the only one that stuck out.
And what was your first machine?
So I used my dad's old mine lab, and then I was like, "Can I have a go on your Deus?" And I found my first hammered with that Deus, and I was like, "Yeah, I want a Deus now." So I got one for my 30th, the Deus, and then I've moved on.
But Laura, you're not a day over 25.
Shut up! People say that all the time.
No, you don't. Yeah,
you get the brownie point.
Can I just have the chocolate brownie instead of?
I was going to say, you probably prefer the brownie, wouldn't he?
You can have cake. It's fine. Yeah. So the day, and so I had the Deus. I only had the light though. So then I moved on to the Nox. So I'm using that now. But the Deus is still there. She's still here, but she doesn't get used as often anymore, which is kind of sad. But I won't give her up.
But you're liking the Nox.
Yeah, the Nox is. I'll keep being told I'm digging like giant holes though, because it goes down so deep that I'm like picking up stuff. But yeah, I'm still getting used to it, to be honest. But I prefer it much better to the Deus. Or do you have to be like political in these matters?
Nah, not here. So well, in some respects we have to remain impartial.
Well, when
other
you think
matches we don't.
it's been 12 years the Deus has been out, that's pretty good comparison against a machine that's only been out, what, Nox 3 years? So
yeah. But the thing is, I use the Nox in the sea, so like that was fun. Apart from I kept getting like pulled away by the tides, I was like, ah. But yeah, no, it's
I think
good.
we spoke about this at Detectival, didn't we? Because
Yeah.
I asked if you wore a bikini and you said no, you just went in with all your clothes on.
Yeah, pretty much.
By the way, Adrian was devastated at that point.
No, I asked for pictures and then you showed me them. No, but there's probably someone on the side saying there's a mad woman trying to commit suicide walking into the sea with a stick, but it's actually you metal detecting. Have you had much luck actually in the sea?
I did find a ring. I feel really bad though because I thought it was a silver ring, so I just was like, fair enough. And then it turns out it's platinum. So I'm kind of like trying to find out if it is actually anyone's down there because
it's mine.
Yeah,
it's Dave's nipple ring.
But because I was detecting in the evening, I couldn't really see anything. This is what I've got this thing right. Do you know with night hawking? How does it even happen? Because I can't see in the dark. So I don't know how these people do it. But anyway, right.
Carrot.
So do what? Sorry.
Carrots.
Really?
Lots of carrots.
Oh, carrot. Oh, yeah.
They help you see in the dark.
Really?
Not a carrot. Not a Garrett carrot.
That's what I mean. It's like there is like some sort of mad attachment on a Garrett carrot. No, but yeah. So I just found it, put it in my pocket, and then didn't realise till I came back here, home, that what it was. I was like, oh, I feel really bad now. Because if I was to find anything valuable, I would give it in. Just because if no one claims it, you would get it back anyway. So.
Yeah. It's interesting what you're saying about Nighthawk because I've never thought that before. I've detected in the dark and it's an absolute nightmare.
That's what I mean.
With lights on, like headlights, not headlights, but head torch, and it is a nightmare. And I thought it's just a nightmare. I'm thinking about it. Must be desperate though, mustn't they? Those people, idiots.
I've actually been speaking to somebody this week. And there's been an instance of night hawking which hasn't made the news as yet, but when it does make the news, it will be big bloody news, and it won't be very nice bloody news.
Yeah, so we've got to watch things like that in the hobby. Always the negative side.
Yeah, we need any more bad publicity.
Yeah.
Well, like I always say, that'll hit front pages rather than a 10 grand charity donation through a metal detecting rally. They don't like shouting about that, do they? They like finding the negative side of things.
Yep.
So, Laura, are you in any clubs?
So I'm in the Coventry Heritage. I'm in the Hinckley Search Society. And if anyone wants me to go digging with them, I'll be in your club too. But generally, I just stay with my clubs because we all know each other, and we do like charity rallies for each club, and we go around and it's like having a big old person family. Like I'm the youngest person by 50 years.
So am I. So you came to Detectival with your dad and a friend of your dad's, David Reeves, another friend of ours as well. You visited on the Friday, you popped in. On the Saturday, you went detecting.
Yeah.
How did it go?
I went straight on the token field, to be honest. So.
Oh yeah, you did win stuff, didn't you?
Yeah, I got 3 mind lab tokens, and then I was too sweaty, so I was like, I'll go to the bar instead. So yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
But no, there wasn't much that came up on the Saturday, apart from the tokens.
I think everyone was hung over from Friday.
Did your dad find much?
No, he wasn't detecting.
All right.
He was holding me shovel.
There's one of them people you were on about.
Yeah, it's right, actually.
And the following day, you mentioned charity rallies. You had your own charity event for the local community as well.
Yeah, so one of the club members knew someone that needed church gates fixing. So they found some land in the area, and we organised it for 2 clubs to come together. So we actually went out 3 times to the same area, and I literally was the only person not to find a hammered. There were so many hammers that came up. Yeah, it was really good though, to be fair, and it brought both groups together. So,
do you know why that was?
Why?
Because you used the Knox, not the XP. She found the first hammer to the XP.
True. Yeah.
It's lucky machine for the hammers, isn't it, for it?
But the thing is, though, I find the big hammers with the Knox, the big saucer ones.
Rubbing it in. Me with me 2 hammers.
Oh, I don't know.
Gold, no silver. Well, we had silver once and I dropped it and lost it.
You got a lot of silver cake wrappers, Dave, though, haven't you?
Oh, yeah. Rub it in, man.
Yeah, that's quite good though, Laura. And so, did they get enough money for the gate?
Yeah, I think it was about 600 in the end.
Brilliant.
But that rolls on to like the people talking to other people in the villages and helps us get more land and helps us do actual stuff for people. Because before COVID, I wanted to do like charity rallies for defibrillators. Do you know, like every village has a defibrillator, and then COVID hit. So I'm trying to find out like the different villages now that need one, and hopefully get something set up properly.
That's a good call, that is. That's a really good call. Yeah, I like the sound of that.
So your experience at Detectival this year, Laura, how was it for you?
It was good. I did like it. I didn't camp though, because I camped back in, was it the last one, and it was a bit hectic, and I was like, no, I'm not doing that again. Like not being able to find your tent in the dark, having a hangover pretty badly all weekend, and
wouldn't know what you mean.
But
that is hardcore.
No, I stayed in the travel lodge, and it was beautiful.
Yeah, I stayed in Premier Inn. It was very nice. Didn't want to, but had to.
And you were chauffeur driven.
Yes. Who was I? Oh, yes, I was. Yeah, I was. Yes, I was. Can't remember them.
Well, Laura, it's been an absolute pleasure seeing you again. Hope to catch up soon, and I'll even make an excursion and come down, visit you and your dad in the Midlands, because it's only about an hour away to Coventry from mine. I found coming to Detectival and Rodney Cook.
No, it's good.
Laura, just quickly, what's your favourite sandwich for detecting?
Oh, child. Okay, right. If you got me on Facebook,
what was that then?
Oh no, it is my favourite sandwich, but I can only eat it when I'm detecting because it absolutely stinks. So if you're on my Facebook, you'll have seen a post on Sunday, and it is the corned beef and raw onion sandwich, and it is the king of sandwiches.
Did you notice I actually tagged Adrian in it as well?
Yeah, I could eat one now. Cool. But you're right, it's detecting food. You wouldn't eat it at home.
Is that pre-sliced corned beef or out of the tin corned beef?
It can be anything. It can be pre-sliced. It can be mashed on.
You have to have it out of the tin and make it dead thick.
But more onions, the better.
Love onion.
Well, Laura, we're going to let you go. It's a pleasure to have you, and hopefully we're going to have both yourself and your dad on in the near future, and we'll find out all about your family metal detecting and all your other adventures and such like. So thank you for coming on. Pleasure to see you again, and we'll speak soon, no doubt.
See you later, potatoes.
Bye.
Do you hear me, brummy then?
Lovely girl, isn't she, Laura? Very nice.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So, Mark, overall, Detectival, you're happy about most of it went, 90% of it went, and we've got, it looks like potentially 2 to look forward to next year.
Yeah, I'd say so. I think we're going to be stupid enough to do it all over again twice.
Well, obviously, we would like to be a part of it. We'd like to do the magazine for both of it again. You know, we love being a part of it, and it was an honour not only just to make issue 7, but also issue 8. That was for the Rodney Cook. Issue 8 of the Archaeology and Metal Detecting magazine for Detectival. For those of you who didn't get to a copy and you want it, if you go to archmdmag.com, you'll find currently that the RCM magazine is available. And I think this Saturday night, the Detectival one is coming out. So we've done it 2 weeks prior to the event. So that'll be out this weekend. And Mark, you can look at it all over again.
Woo! I've got a copy here. I've got 2 copies here. I nicked a few.
Just a few. I think I actually forced boxes on Karen, really, didn't I?
Well, I don't think she gave me any boxes, but I did keep a few souvenirs, you know.
Marvellous.
Mm.
Well, Mark Lockwood asked, what part of the country will Spring Detectival be in? What county? Let's have a county.
No, I can't tell you that yet.
Oh, you can't tell us yet.
No.
But the summer one, main Detectival potentially is Cambridge, are you?
That September Detectival looks like it's going to be over towards Cambridgeshire. But if I told you, if I gave you any more information,
Don't want any more information.
Don't want work out exactly where it was. So
I've just actually been on my phone to find out where Cambridgeshire actually is, and it's fucking further away from.
Which means you don't know where Cambridge is.
I know where Cambridge is. I just couldn't picture in my head the exact location. So it's past Peterborough, isn't it? Towards you from Peterborough.
Near me. It's near me.
Is it not far, Cambridge?
Well, from you, you'd kind of probably go. Well, the advert would be the other way, wouldn't it? You'd kind of go.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do, Mark.
Whichever way you go across the country.
Yeah.
That's a Dave. You do that. Yeah, that one. Yeah. You do that.
Mark, it's been an absolute pleasure ever. We'll let you go and let your dogs back in the room to do whatever they're going to do.
Yeah, before I bugger off, just want to say thank you very much to you guys for all your help and support. You're all magical, and thank you. And everybody that came along to Detectival had a great time, and we'll see you all next year.
It was a pleasure being there, pal. It really was.
Yeah.
As you leave, we're also going to bring up the Just Detect draw for the week, and we're also going to finally announce that it's going to be announced this week when the draw will take place for the McGrafter prize draw. I thought it was going to be this week, but I was sadly I was wrong. I gave you dud information. It is coming. Don't worry about it. We'll be there very, very soon with that. So without further ado, we'll bring that up, and then as we finish this draw, Gary Cook from Rodney Cook Memorial will be coming, and he'll be giving us a brief overview of everything that transpired there. So, Mark, it's been a pleasure. I will speak to you in the coming days, young man.
Thank you very much for having me, guys, and once again, thank you, everyone. Take it easy, yeah?
Cheers, buddy. Have a good evening. You're off for a bit. That was me doing that again then. So, Luke, if you could share the screen, and we will do this week's Just Detect draw now. You might notice that the Diggers Dips draw, we aren't running with that at the moment, and the reason is basically young Mr. Higgins, me love, is about to hit big time at work where you don't see not only I, but Mrs. Higgins doesn't see or hear from Luke for a number of weeks. So because obviously Luke's a part of the Just Detect, that draw is a constant, and we'll be doing that on the show for Just Detect, and obviously to promote Just Detect, and then obviously doing this show, doing this draw via the show, so you, the viewer, can take part. The Diggers Dips, unfortunately, I've spoke to Chris, and for the very near future, given that Luke, I'm probably going to be having to produce the show. You saw my ineptness last week, and I'm just going to end up forgetting stuff or something. So for the time being, we're having a little bit of a break with Diggers Dips, but hopefully they'll be back in the near future. Can you see the draw, Adrian?
Yeah. Why is the browser gone purple?
I've changed my colours. I was playing last night.
Oh, right.
Sorry
Google
about
that. Yes, we can
Google Chrome. Marvellous. So, first prize this week is a MyLab ProFind 20 pinpointer. Second prize, a composite cleaning pencil kit. And third prize is Just Detect merch. So, without further ado, here we go. I think I've actually answered this one.
I did, yeah.
And I still need the pinpointer. Luke, I saw you. I still need the pinpointer. Luke.
And also, Just Detect, there's the competition for the Equinox 800 as well, isn't there? For people who subscribe.
And the winner of that is Dan Clifton. So Dan Clifton has won a MyLab ProFind 20 pinpointer.
Well done.
Yes. The Just Detect are now offering a premium package, which will get regular competitions, free competitions, which are a step up from the competition, which is the free one that you're seeing now. So you're talking at the moment, there's a second prize is Peter Gibbs, who gets the composite cleaning pencil. What was I saying, Adrian? An Equinox, is it?
Equinox 800 on Just Detect, and this draw's free. But if you're a pro member, you can enter. And I'm not desperate. I am desperate, but no, I'm not 100% sure. But there will be a lot less people.
Shane Holdcroft! Look at that.
Cheeky
Staffordshire Searches one, Just Detect. That means I can have my app back off him now because I give him my app to wear.
I've lost mine, but yeah, if you subscribe to the pro membership, the Just Detect, which is what is it, £2.50 a month or something, 10 quid?
Yeah, two quid odd, yeah.
You can get into that. It's worth it for the sake of...
as well as obviously entering the prize draws for free. There's also, you get 4 copies of Digital Archaeology and Metal Detecting magazine a year, and also free metal detecting insurance. What's better than free?
That covers you for rallies and everything as well. So
yeah. So if you are interested in that, have a look at just-detect.com and you'll be able to find out all about that. I know they're going to be looking at promoting it in the coming weeks. So Dan Clifton's won the pinpointer, Peter Gibbs the composite cleaning pencil, and Just Detect merch to Shane Holdcroft. So congratulations all, and thank you to Just Detect. And I've lost, where is my, there it is, I'm back now. So yes,
where is the man?
Where is the man? There he is.
He's in a car park.
He's in a pub. That's a pub.
Yeah.
That's got a bit. He is in a pub.
Can you hear me all right?
Yes,
you're not in a lay-by, Gary, are you?
Yeah.
Flashing
No,
lights.
I could say I've been dogging, but I won't because it's live on broadcast.
What, you've been taking your dog for a walk?
Yeah. That's what dogging is, isn't it? You take your dog for a walk, meet up with people.
According to Peter Kay, yes.
Exactly. No, I'm actually halfway through a post-Rodney Cook Memorial meeting where we have a meeting at the end of everything to discuss how the rally went, ways we can improve, what we can do better, what we did good, and effectively sort out all of the end of rally finances so we can start making contact with the charities. So I've left Lisa, Dave, Steve, Gordon and Ray in the pub having a meeting, and I've come out to my car to chat to you guys.
Well, thank you for taking the time out. Obviously, I contacted you yesterday. I didn't give you enough notice. You said you were a meeting tonight, so thanks for coming on, Gary.
No, it's all right. Actually, I'm actually pleased to get out of the meeting. I hate meetings, so I just let them sort it all out.
Do you know you're on the live screen in the pub now?
Yeah, I know. I'm actually sat in the car. So the pub was too noisy. I did try it in, and I thought, no, they won't appreciate all the pub going on in the background. So I've actually come back out into the car and using my mobile phone as a makeshift. So it seems to be working all right. Adrian, you know me and technology, mate. I'm pretty crap. So
well, I think it's really good. I've not seen as good a quality from a Nokia flip phone for quite a while. So you're doing well.
Adrian,
I was backstage, I was playing Snake.
Think back to every episode that Gary's done up to now, and this is the best he's looked.
Yeah, actually, your camera is better quality than your laptop. But
yeah.
So Gary, going back to Rodney Cook, oh my lord, what a cracker! What a weekend!
Oh, hey. Well, where do you start? Really, this year,
the weather was
amazing. Nice. The weather was good. We had. I don't really know where to start with the Rodney Cook this year. We had some great weather. We had some great sight. We had great people. We did have a couple of issues running up to the rally with change of ownership and on land because of, what you got to remember is the Rodney Cook Memorial that we held this year was actually due to take place last year, and it was cancelled because of COVID. So the landowner, since given us permission to use the site, had actually sold the land 2 weeks before the rally was due to start. Luckily, the lady who's bought the estate was also the lady who was allowing us to use her camping field. So to be honest with you, it wasn't really a big disaster. It was just a bit of a panic, but everything worked out well. Like you said, we had the weather, and my God, did we have a good rally or what, guys? You were there. You saw what come up. It was
skeets galore.
It was literally amazing, wasn't it?
It was.
It started well on the Friday. We started getting hammered on the Friday field, Roman coins popping up, and I think there was a couple of nice Saxon strap ends from the Friday field, and we thought, oh, this could be good. This looks well. But then Saturday, it literally just exploded. We opened up all the fields, as you know, and we were getting reports coming back from the marshals within minutes of people finding Saxon skeets, Saxon strap ends, Saxon pennies. And it wasn't in one concentrated area as well. There was one field, the massive 100-acre field, field 6, that was producing the most Saxon finds spread all over it. But there were also Saxon coins coming up from further fields like field 6 and field even 17 and 18 beyond them were producing Saxon coins. And yeah, it was mind-blowing, really, seeing all these happy faces coming back with pocketfuls of Roman coins and brooches and silver hammers and denarii, and there were Celtic coins. It was spread out from right the way across the historic, the history of the site was proving to be really good. And it was, the finds cabinet was really bulging towards the end of the rally, wasn't it? It really was.
It was.
Yeah, and I think all the finds, they're on Facebook, but those who aren't on Facebook, they're on the website, aren't they?
There's a lot to go, and there's still more pictures that, I could get you to put up, Aid, to be honest with you, because, there was some, you watch the video that some of the guys have been putting out, like Sid's video, and you start seeing finds that he was talking to people, but never actually made it into the finds cabinet. And luckily, Sid's got still photos of them. There was an absolutely unbelievable Roman brooch, which is what they call an unbonate brooch, and it was absolutely complete with pin, and it had all the blue, green, and red enamel still engraved in it. It was a stunning thing, absolutely stunning. And I don't think I could have ever imagined. I knew the site was special when I found it, and luckily the estate owner, I've sort of known him on and off through other bits and pieces, and it was. I knew it had potential, but I didn't quite realise it was going to produce that much. It surprised me. It really did.
It was a lovely weekend, wasn't it? We enjoyed it, Dave, didn't we?
You did. Apart from obviously your own incident with a ditch, but we won't go into that.
Yeah, Gary doesn't know about that. And a bit of trouble because it was quite in the middle of nowhere, and I had trouble getting back to the hotel, but I got
a voice message from him in a ditch, Gary.
Oh no, you ended up in a ditch. How did you do that?
Just wrong footwear, I think.
And inebriation.
No, really, really enjoyed it. It was a lovely
honestly
weekend.
It was so, it went off like clockwork, really. There was a lot of things to sort out. The band were amazing. The Rodney Cook quiz went off really well. The merchandise.
We obviously won, by the way, didn't we? Myself, Adrian, and Graham Dempsey and Simon Dempsey.
I think I won.
We never actually told. No one actually told us we'd won, but we know we won.
I couldn't even say my name.
You did all right. You did all right.
The one thing, Gary, I thought was really good, which a lot of people I think thought was amazing, was the buggies driving people to permissions. Now that I think I've already said to you that I would have been willing to donate £1 or £2, and maybe next year that's an idea. But I went on Sunday right out to the furthest field. There's only 3 of us in it. Found little gold, I found Georgian bit of jewellery, but that was so nice because you detect. It was like a bus stop. You had like a bus stop system.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
and that was absolutely fantastic. Did you get in the buggies, Dave?
No, I didn't. I didn't leave the marquee.
We had we also had the beaters box as well, you know, the pheasant beaters box that we borrowed from the landowner, which could fit up to sort of 10 people in. And we had the big 4x4 rigged up, and we were doing bulk lifts as well as the gator buggy lifts. And the thing is, you see, because it was a big site, and it would have been a hell of a walk for people to go from the camping site to the furthest fields. And you've got to remember, a lot of the people who come to our rally, some of them have got cancer, some people are in remission or have had cancer, and you know, they're not as agile and as they were. So we felt that it would be a nice gesture from us if we could supply them with lifts to and from the fields. And as it was a hot weekend, the marshals were giving bottles of water to guys, to people as well who were getting thirsty. So, you know, there were bottles of water on hand in the back of the beater box and in the back of the buggy. So they could, if they were thirsty, they could grab a bottle of water. You know, we had a couple of people who sort of gone out detecting and ended up in the furthest field and were so tired. And the marshals in the fields were saying, oh, we got a couple of people down in field 19 need picking up. And then a gator guy would go up and collect them and bring them back. And on his way back, maybe pick up 2 or 3 more, or 2 or 3 people walking back would say, can you come back and get us once you've dropped them off? So, of course, they were busy all day taking people to and from the fields.
No, I thought that was a really nice touch, wasn't it, Dave? It was. It was
I saw some great pictures from Team Garrett. Who were there as well. A lot of pictures of them in the buggy. Some great shots.
Yeah. We you know, I cannot thank everybody enough who support the rally. You know, we've always said we don't have sponsors or anything like that at the Rodney Cook. We are an independent rally. We don't want to be sponsored by anybody. We've always said we have supporters rather than sponsors, and if people want to support us, they can. If they don't want to support us, then there's no hard feelings. We're you know, it's that way we can control how we run the rally, we can control what we do, we can control how things work, and we don't sort of get, not, I suppose, if you take on board people to sponsor you too much, you feel the need to have to be pushed towards them in what they want. And that's the last thing we want at the Rodney Cook, because the Rodney Cook Memorial Rally is all about an independent group of people doing something to raise money for charity, and then allowing anyone who wants to help us. And that's pure and simple. And that's how we work. And that way, no manufacturer will feel they don't want to help because it's supported by somebody else. So this way we can, you know, we're in control of our own destiny, really, you know, and it's worked well.
And you made tens. I don't know if you're going to say the final figure yet, because you're probably still calculating, but tens of thousands.
Well, I'm happy. I'm in a position. You know, you guys, I love you to bits, and we will be making an official announcement tomorrow on what we've raised this year, but I will give you the figure tonight as a exclusive. So are you sitting comfortably?
Well, can we just stop a minute, because not only that event, but you also held an event on this Sunday just gone.
Yeah,
a one-dayer.
Yeah.
Which not only you had that, but you had the Phil Fodder challenge against one of his friends whose name eludes me.
No.
And you've obviously added to that. So tell us about that first, guys.
Well, the one day is an annual event that we sort of tag on to the end of the Rodney Cook for anyone who couldn't make the Rodney Cook but wanted to. We have the one day event so they can come and be part of it. And this year we had the added bonus that Fodder Phil and Mickey Richardson decided between them they were going to have a personal bet about who was the better detectorist and who would find the best find on the Rodney Cook one dayer. And it actually grew from that. Those two then went on to their Stop Wishing Go Digging Facebook group and put it up on that they were going to have this battle, and it literally went viral overnight. It was all over Facebook. I've never seen something spread so quickly, and within half an hour we were getting donations coming into the Rodney Cook from people saying, I'm Team Fodder, I'm Team Mickey. And it was unbelievable. We had some hilarious videos going up on Fod's having his sensei teaching him how to use his Tarzaki Japanese metal detector that nobody had heard of, which is actually made in America because I looked it up. And we were getting people making up banners, and when they turned up on Sunday, we had vans with Team Fodder plastered all over it, and we were wearing badges. I'm with Mickey or I'm with Fods, and honestly, it was absolutely brilliant, and I can't thank those two enough for what they did, and everyone else who was part of it, because it was just an incredible thing. And obviously, in the week where metal detecting has had a bit of a battering with certain things, it was just what the hobby needed. It was a bit of a light-humoured fun that actually progressed to this, having they were having an RCM cup, and there was a wooden spoon for the loser. And I don't know if you've seen the latest video that we did to finish it. It went up last night with Fods going to his sensei and telling him that he'd become this Tarzaki warrior. You've got to watch it. It's hilarious. They did rope me into adding some video in there as well, with Fods ringing me constantly, telling me he's the best. And I won't tell you the ending. You've got to watch it because it opens up for a rematch.
Future edition.
Yeah. So I just go on to the Southwest Go Digging or just see Fodder Phil. I have posted it up as well. If you get 5 minutes to watch it, it's
Phil,
brilliant.
Well,
It's
if you
brilliant.
won't mind, Phil, because he is watching at the moment, put it on the Big Detecting Show Facebook group. I'd appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm not going to say too
Save
much.
me
You've
looking for it.
got to watch it. And so much thought has gone into it. And I love Fods with all my heart, and Mickey and Ricardo for doing the banners. And they're amazing lads. And they've taken the RCM under their wing, and they want to be part of it. And they've officially become a member of the RCM family, just like you two have. And I get very emotional when these things happen, because it never ceases to amaze me how incredibly generous people can be and how much of a massive heart they have. Because I know you two have heard me say this so many times, that the Rodney Cook Memorial was born from tragedy, and it's become this amazing, fantastic, wonderful, incredible event that brings us all together as a community, as a hobby, with one goal: to help people who are suffering with cancer. And the Rodney Cook Memorial this year has gone above and beyond what I could have ever imagined. And the figure that we have raised this year.
Hold on.
This is for just 3 days.
This is the 1 day. This is the 3-day event. The 1-day event.
Drum roll.
Lisa's skydive that we all must remember. Lisa jumped out of a perfectly good aeroplane as well, which is mad. But anyway, she did. And obviously the Fodder Field detect off. This is what we are going to be giving to the charities, to the cancer charities. We've already paid all the bills, so all that has been clear. This is the figure that we will be giving to the charities. We've got no more bills to pay out of this. This is what we've got left to give to the charities, and that figure is £50,287. And I'll say that again: £50,287.
Congratulations.
Amazing.
Congratulations, Gary. That's fantastic.
Which means that the Rodney Cook Memorial since 2018, remembering the fact that we didn't have one last year because of COVID, the total amount that we have given to charities in 3 years is £117,000.
Fantastic.
That's a lot.
Your dad would be very proud, young man.
6 figures. And,
your dad would be very proud.
How amazing is that? And that is money that will change people, that will help people. That's serious money. And we're now in the process of working out when we're going to do the check presentations. We've got to liaise with the 3 charities. It's quite hard to get everybody together and be available. We're hoping that the last check presentation will take place on October the 8th, which is a Friday. And Mickey and Fodder will be invited to that one at the Bath RUH, because they have done such an amazing thing for us that we felt compelled that they should be there and take a little bit of the
fodder.
I suppose, yeah, take
Well,
a bit of it.
The last thing was them pushing you past the 50,000 limit, wasn't it?
Well, if it hadn't have been for those two with their Detectival, we wouldn't have hit the 50,000. So it's every it's like I've always said to you, you know, everything that everybody does for the rally, doesn't matter whether you've made a pledge for the Detectival, you've bought a raffle ticket, you've bought a key ring, every single bit that you do goes to the figure that we can then announce at the end. And I don't know about you guys, but I am incredibly proud to be in the metal detecting community and be at the moment, because I've always said it. If it wasn't for everybody coming to the rally and buying tickets, the Rodney Cook wouldn't exist. And we wouldn't be sat here now talking to each other about raising such an amazing amount of money for a good cause. And it's not just me and the RCM team who deserve the credit. It's all of the manufacturers that have helped us, all of the dealers that have helped us. And I'm not going to go through everybody again, because like, you know, we've all got to go to bed tonight. But everybody, and you know who you are, who have contributed towards the help of the Rodney Cook Memorial Rally deserves as much credit as we do as organisers, because without their help and without the support that you give us, we wouldn't be able to run the rally. And I'm so proud of everybody involved with the organising and the running and the support by buying tickets. And I know we've had a tough week in the metal detecting world, but this is something that we can be so proud of. We can sit down and go, you know, we have our critics in the hobby, and we have people who say that, you know, we're this and we're that, but no, we're not. We're actually a bunch of people who can raise £117,000 for cancer sufferers. Now, you tell me many other hobbies who have done that and can do that and can come together in such a short space of time and do something incredible as that. We're not a bunch. We're not just treasure hunters and whatever else we get called. We're actually a nice bunch of people who actually can do something amazing.
Well, next year we need to aim for 60 grand minimum, isn't it? And I'm sure everyone would chuck an extra quid in to help towards that. But hats off to you, Gary, for doing such a great job, and well done.
Thank you so much, you two, for all your help. Adrian, especially you. You know how much I think about what you've done for us. I know you shake your head and you don't like it, but it's true. What you've done for us with everything, with the website and with the online booking system and everything you do for me when I message you, I can't thank you enough, pal. You know, and you deserve as much credit as anybody else, because you two and Dave with coming to the event and supporting us from the very beginning. You're at the first one. You, both of you, and Luke in the background. You know, you've supported us from the beginning, and with the magazine. You guys are part of the RCM family as much as what we are.
Did you like the magazine this year, Gary?
I thought it was fantastic.
You so busy.
Absolutely fantastic.
Well, you do realise next year you're not having the front cover.
No.
Next year we're having, and we want a picture, high definition picture of Lisa skydiving. Front page.
You can have one of her screaming coming down. Bless her heart. Yes,
it's been a pleasure, Gary. I think you know, tonight, I don't know, that's one thing that gets me with you. Did you have ADHD when you were a kid? Because you do not stop. You are on it all the time.
Yeah.
From the 7 o'clock in the morning, your wife must be a nightmare. But putting all your energy into this, I think it's worked so well.
Well, it means so much to me, Adrian. You know, I get very emotional sometimes, and the Rodney Cook Memorial means so much to me and for so many other people. And I do it for everybody. I do it for all of you and for everyone else, and mainly for the people suffering with cancer. And I saw how it ripped my dad apart, and I saw how it ripped my family apart with losing him. And that happens on a daily basis across the world. to thousands of people. And the sooner we can remove this evil disease from our lives, the better. And by doing our little bit with the Rodney Cook Memorial and with everybody else contributing towards it, we're going to be a closer step to people being helped and comforted and a place where they can, the new cancer centre that we are helping with not only gives them the treatment, but it gives them that aftercare where the family can go and stay for the night in a family room, in lovely surroundings where they're not staring at four walls wondering if their loved one is going to die tomorrow. They're in an amazing environment, and the care of people suffering with cancer and the families of those who are suffering as well. And this is where my passion comes from, and this is where my energy comes from, because I've always believed that no matter how bad you feel, no matter how tired you feel, there's always somebody in a worse position than you. Mm-hmm. And when it comes to cancer, my energy levels go off the Richter scales. You've seen me at the rally. I don't stop. I don't sleep. It's like, it's like I'm on caffeine literally all weekend.
Hold on a minute. You actually said to me on this Sunday morning, you had a lovely sleep on the Saturday night in your hotel room.
That's why we stay in a hotel. That's the only luxury we give ourselves.
Gary, it's 9:30, so it's time for us to start to wrap the show
up. But again, I better go back into the meeting before they miss me.
Well, I'm just intrigued first and foremost. I've just seen a car flashing its lights at you, and there's a gentleman at the side window there, with naked.
He's looking through the window at me now. And
there's someone over the rear window like that.
Please don't leave me alone, guys. Please don't leave me alone. Keep talking to me. Keep talking to me.
You can put your trousers back on now, Gary. Put your trousers back on.
Well, thanks again for everything, Gary. It's a pleasure.
Pleasure's
coming
all right.
along tonight. No, it's an honour to be a part of it. For those of you who haven't read the magazine yet, it's available on the ArkMD Mag website, arkmdmag.com. And we've got it in a flip board. You can download it or read it as a flip board, so you can actually turn the pages as you're there. It's pretty cool. Adrian found that.
Well, watch this space. The Rodney Cook Memorial Rally will return next year, I promise you. And watch the space, and we will be announcing the final figure tomorrow. And then once we've done all the check presentations, we will then do the final post with all the pictures of the check presentations. Adrian, that will be over to you to put on the website. And then the Rodney Cook Memorial Rally will be signed off for 2021 and move forward to next year.
Fantastic. Well, thanks for everything, and we're made up to hear that you've raised such a fantastic amount, and obviously thank you on behalf of us to everybody who participated in raising that figure.
Amazing,
and it was also nice to be asked by Phil Fodder to put a little bit in his video for him as well, even though I was in work and it was alarm.
That was funny, wasn't it, that video? That went on. So many people from all over the world were contributing to that. South Africa, Australia. It was amazing. Amazing.
It was.
Well done, Gary. Well done.
Yeah.
Right, Gary,
care,
we'll say
guys.
good night to you and let you get back to your dogging. I mean,
I'll
your wife at the meeting.
Yeah.
Take care, pal.
Take care.
Good night.
50 grand.
I know,
50 grand. 50 grand.
How much?
50 grand in 3.5 days. Friday, Saturday. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's fantastic, that.
That won't be on the news, will it?
And talking of websites, Adrian's currently in the development stages of the Big Detective Show website as well.
Yeah, I am. So
which looks absolutely fantastic at this point. So that should be up and running in the near future as well. So we've actually got a home there as well instead of piggybacking on ArkMD Mag. It'd be nice to have something separate, looking same but different, won't it, young man?
Yes, it will. When I can pull my finger out, I've nearly done it, but yeah. So,
well, hopefully by this time next week, I'll have got to play out metal detecting. I've hopefully tested the air detector, although the actual review and testing is being done by Shane, the Staffordshire searcher who won the prize tonight. So I'll look forward to next week's show. We do have one other guest lined up for next week. Very excited. I've not spoke to him. We spoke to him on the podcast version, but we've not spoke to him, and you've never spoke to him. A guy called Mark Hambleton, who, along with Joe Kane here, have a look for the Leek Frith Gold Talk Horde. In fact, the article's on the website. with all the images of the gold hoards. Fantastic find. So Mark will be coming on next week. I've forced him onto coming on. He said, "Do I have to talk about it again?" Yes, Mark, you have to talk about it again.
Well, when it made him able to retire early because of it,
that was Joe. Yeah.
I think.
Here we go. What's Luke bringing up? There it is. There's the leaf. So on your picture on your right hand side there, Joe's on the left and Mark's on the right. Joe used to work at the same company as me and was thinking of retiring, but the profit that they made from that, Joe decided to leave a little bit early, and Mark got a great new machine.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, it's like all of us, isn't it? If you find a hoard, what's the first thing? Get a better machine. Yeah. Although the machines they were using aren't high league, are they? So
no. I think the machines they actually found them with.
Don't say.
Weren't off a high league. No, I'm just saying that the machines. I can't remember what they were. Anyway,
they weren't top end, but anyway.
Adrian, darling, have a marvellous week. Thank you to yourself. Thank you to all the viewers tonight. Thank you to Mark Becker, to Gareth Howard, to Laura Wells, and of course to Gary Cook, and especially to Mr. Luke Higgins. How long we will have him for, or it might even be Laura at this point. He might have gone to bed. How long we will have him for, I just hope it's forever, because I get all stressed when I'm doing it. So thank you, everybody.
Well, man.
Thank you very much. Cheers for you, young man. I'll speak to you obviously tomorrow, no doubt. But otherwise next week. Thanks, everyone. Good night.
Bye, everyone. Bye.